Guess who I met yesterday? And this video is just for you. Her name's Sybil. Look at this. Look at this. Hopefully it doesn't show it on camera backwards, right? I'm sure you can read it left to right, hopefully. Or I'll fix it. So I'm walking down the street. I'm just walking down the street going towards campus to get my bike. And that somebody had stolen, actually. And was going out of the police department. And yeah, because they called me, and I was just walking down there to get it. And this lady, she's in her late 60s. She's not quite as old as my parents. So I think she's 60. What'd she say? She's 69ish, like 60. Yeah, she's like her daughter, and this is what I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, she's early 70s, probably, like my parents. And this is what's gonna be. This is when I already believed because of what you've done for me, and believe me, I don't believe anymore. I know. There's no believing. I know. And um I was usually, because I'm on my bike, or like me and Keith are driving, or you know what I'm saying, like, so I got a little like disoriented, and like I was like, wait a minute, do I take a right here to go to, you know what I mean? And she has a long gray hair, and she was just coming out of um her house there, and she was getting her car, and I go, hey darling, do I take a left to go to where I'm going? She was like, where are you going? And then we started talking. Here you go. Here we go. This is how I know now. I'm part Native American. Sybil Lively is part Native American. I'm part Scots-Irish. So is she. My nephew is named Liam. The man that she's currently dating is coincidentally named Liam. She's a Christian like you, and she believes. She wasn't trying to convert me. We talked for half an hour right there. And she said, please come over. And tonight I may be able to do it, but I've got to meet with Maria and help her with her video production or yoga thing over at In Motion Fitness. We're doing that at 5 p.m. I just talked to her, but she said, come, and if you haven't seen it yet, she said, see that? She says, come down. She goes, and see this. You're a film guy and a movie guy. I mean, believe me, we hugged like 3 times and laughed, and we were like, there's so many coincidences in our life where we're just like, we're both deer in the headlights. I mean, I'm a 46-year-old guy. She's in her 70s, and we're just like, we go, oh, come on. And she prayed with me, like, even before, almost 5 minutes in, she goes, Nathan, can I pray with you? And she took my hand. I go, sure. And she prayed to God with me, you know. And I told her about you, and told her about my whole story, and you both know that. But yeah, it's, if you get a chance to watch it, I guess they're on season 3. It's called The Chosen. And she told me how, and they come down there on on Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and they watch the new episode, and it's about God and Jesus, she goes, it's so well done, and she goes, Hollywood actually rejected it as a production. They didn't want to do it, but she's like, we're on season 4 now, and she's like, we're not trying to convert you. It's nothing about. I go, no, that's fine. And I go, no, I'll completely come in and watch that with you guys. But yeah, this Christian group, they come down and they watch. It's called The Chosen. So if you and your family get a chance to check it out, check it out. Oh, and here's Maria's card that I'm helping her with her production later on today, this afternoon around 5. But she said it's really well done, and yeah, and she was like, the last episode, like how they showed him walking on water, and just, but in terms of like the creativity, in terms of like why he was walking on water. She goes, it's just amazing to watch. Um, but yeah, it's funny. She goes, one day this guy, and we did seriously talk for 30 minutes. We were laughing like there's other things that are, it's so spiritual how her and I just happened to run into. I was just like, hey, can you direct me? And she, then we start. It was very spiritual, and we are just laughing. She was like, and it's times like we would have this connection about like even me being from Oakland, and like she's I'm and lived in Monterey, and I've lived in Monterey, and she's my sister's in Norfolk, and we have all these crazy connections, and it was, I've never run into somebody who has every single thing in common with me that's a different age group, and we laughed at times. We actually, it was funny. We were standing there on the sidewalk, and there was times where her and I were like, she was like, I can't take this, and I was like, I can't take it either. And like I would just like, I would kind of turn and like laugh, and like she was like, I can't take this either. Like what? They were like, what the f? Is very spiritual, and I'm gonna go join them, if I can get down there tonight. I'm gonna go do that, and watch it. But yeah, it's about Jesus, and she's, and she knows my whole thing about me being agnostic but a spiritual guy and believer, and that. um it's really cool. Yeah, you would have you and your family would have gotten a kick out of that conversation. I think even you guys would have been like, you would have been like, oh my, oh my god. It is really fun. Yeah, and what a nice lady, man. Yeah, she's, yeah. Oh, she's a believer, man. She's, oh yeah, yeah. She's, yeah, really cool.